peace didn't last very long in Skypiea. I didn't think it would somehow, but the Straw Hats are being targeted by not just the government, but God itself. Nami got to that sacred ground that she wasn't supposed to get to, which we heard about in the last episode, and it appears that an actual god does live there. It's called Aneru, and there are these protectors there that stop anybody from entering. Maybe they're like God's guardians or something like that, but the actual concept of there being God there, not just a god, but, the god being there and exacting his wrath on anyone that tries to enter this premises is a really scary concept. And you saw Nami when she arrived, she found one of those dials with a recording on it from people that previously tried to enter, and you can hear the panic in their voice, and it's really unsettling. And at the end of the call, you can hear them being struck down by this god Aneru, and it sets the tone really quickly that this is very serious and there's a very scary place, and Nami really should not be here. And then you see these like guardians of this island just destroying this like man that's entered it, and you even see at one point potentially Aneru himself, like his power, like strike this man down, and the power you see from it is insane. Like it destroys part of the island, and it comes from like the sky above the sky, I guess you could say. But you could tell that if this thing isn't God, it's got the power of one. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, it's scary and it shouldn't be messed with. And I think it set the tone really early that whatever this place is, whatever is being protected there, shouldn't be fucked with. Do you know what I mean? And interestingly enough, the man in the mask that attacked the Straw Hats when they first entered the sky came to try to rescue the man that was getting jumped by the guardians of the island, is what it looked like. And he eventually got like pushed away by this god Aneru as well. So I don't know what role he plays in this whole thing exactly, but I can't tell if he's a good guy or a bad guy or somewhere in between. I'm not too sure. We don't know a lot about him yet, but it's going to be interesting to see, like, why did he attack the Straw Hat straight away? Why did that Sky Angel come down and like save the Straw Hats? Like, why did he come to this island? What does the island actually contain? Why are so many people interested in going there? There's got to be something more to it, and I'm excited to learn all about it. But, of course, the fact that you shouldn't go there and there's a god there and it's a sacred ground makes Luffy really, really want to go there. It reminds me a little bit of when Goku finds out there's like a really strong person that could potentially kill him. He gets really excited. To me, that's the same with Luffy with like an adventure that's really dangerous that he probably shouldn't go on. He gets really excited for it, but him getting excited makes me get excited for it as well, if that makes sense. So, I can't wait to see if they eventually go there and actually enter this island to discover what exactly is going on. And, maybe this is the island of gold that Noland was talking about, but maybe it's in the sky instead. I don't know. That's just an early prediction. I could be completely wrong. But something interesting is happening there, and I can't wait to figure it out. But like I said, the Straw Hats are considered illegal entrants because they never paid the 1 billion toll or whatever they were supposed to pay. So they're currently being targeted by the White Berets, which I guess are defenders of the government or defenders of Skypiea in general. So there's obvious relations to heaven in Skypiea. It being above the clouds, literally getting there it was called Heaven's Gate. There's a god that lives there. Maybe the whole thing is about like morals, the fact that they didn't have to pay the toll and they chose not to. They didn't do the right thing, which has incurred the wrath of gods and the angels or something like that. Maybe there's some sort of theme there with morals and what's right and what's wrong, and that's why they're being targeted. But I'm not too sure. But it seems like they're not the only ones that illegally enter the country or Skypiea because of the people that were discovered on that island, and also got attacked by God and his soldiers. So there's a lot more to it than just people wanting to just come here and not pay the toll. They're obviously searching for something, and there's a lot more to this island or this whole Sky Island, this whole Skypiea place that hasn't been revealed yet. So, but there's a lot of mysteries to discover, and this was a great start to all of that for things starting to come together. So I can't wait to see what happens next, and let's do it.